Welcome back to Top 5.
The sun hung high over Mount Olympus, casting its radiant light upon the gathered pantheon of gods, all eagerly watching the second round of the Who Will Win tournament. Olympus was alive with tension, the air crackled with divine energy. Today, the match was set to be a spectacle. The thunderous Zeus, king of the gods and reigning champion, pitted against Sekhmet, the fierce lioness goddess of war and vengeance, ranked at 16 but determined to prove herself against the might of Olympus. Zeus stood tall, his majestic figure cloaked in robes that shimmered with electric blue. His long hair billowed like storm clouds, and in his hand, he clenched his iconic lightning bolt, a weapon forged from the heart of the cosmos. His eyes gleamed with confidence, a reflection of centuries of dominion and battles won. He surveyed the battleground, the gathered deities watching closely, and felt the weight of their expectations upon him. On the opposing side, Sekhmet emerged with a primal intensity. Her golden skin shone like the sun, and her fierce gaze burned with an inner fire. Clad in armor adorned with symbols of protection and wrath, she wielded a massive spear, its tips glinting sharply. Sekhmet's reputation was that of an unstoppable force in the heat of battle, and while she was lower ranked, her ferocity was legendary among gods and mortals alike. This was not merely a contest for her, it was a fight for recognition and respect. As the signal for the match was given, a deafening roar echoed through the mountains. Sekhmet charged forward with the speed of a striking serpent, her spear held high, aimed directly for Zeus' heart. The thundering steps of her approach rattled the very foundation of Olympus. Zeus met her charge with an unfathomable calm, raising his hand to the sky. Dark clouds began to swirl and gather above as he summoned the raw power of the storm. In an instant, the atmosphere shifted, the winds howled as lightning crackled ominously. As Sekhmet closed the distance, Zeus unleashed a blast of lightning that tore through the sky, striking towards Sekhmet with blinding speed. She deftly rolled to the side, narrowly avoiding the bolt as it split a nearby mountain in two, sending debris cascading down the slope. Sekhmet leapt back to her feet, channeling her inner strength and letting out a ferocious roar that reverberated across Olympus. It was a battle cry that echoed with the fury of the huntress. She lunged, launching her spear straight at Zeus, who barely sidestepped, sending the spear slicing past him and embedding itself into the ground, quaking through the earth. Not to be outdone, Zeus fired back in a flurry, lightning strikes rained down like wrathful rain as he weaved, effortlessly dodging Sekhmet's swift movements. His power was immense, but Sekhmet's agility proved formidable. She danced around the bolts of energy, gaining momentum as she closed the gap between them yet again. The two titans clashed in a whirlwind of power and ferocity. Zeus swung his lightning bolt to create shockwaves that rocked Sekhmet, but she absorbed the hits, using her might to charge through them, propelled by the strength of a lioness. Sekhmet, feeling the thrill of battle surge in her veins, got close enough to grab Zeus by the arm, twisting and throwing him into the air like a rag doll. Wasting no time, Sekhmet summoned her strength into a concentrated attack, her eyes burning with determination. As Zeus regained his footing, he found himself surrounded by furious energy. Sekhmet spun her spear, creating a vortex of power that crackled with blue and gold. She thrust forward, spear aimed for his heart once more, as Zeus finally unleashed an enormous blast of energy that lit the skies. The collision of their powers created a monumental explosion that blinded the onlookers. Thunder and war cries intertwined as fiery smoke filled the air. When the dust settled, the scene revealed the two gods, both wounded but unyielding. Zeus was on one knee, his clothes charred and his body bruised, but the fire of the storm still flickered in his eyes. Sekhmet, panting heavily, bore scratches and burns but remained steadfast, her spirit unbroken. With a final surge of resolve, Sekhmet charged once more, determined to end the fight. Zeus, realizing that this was not just another battle, but one to the death, readied himself for a last stand. He knew he had to finish this, not just to protect his throne but to honor the challenge. As Sekhmet reached him, Zeus called upon every ounce of power within him. He thrust his hands toward the sky, and in a moment of pure power, summoned a tempest that swirled around him. With a shout that echoed across the realm, he hurled his greatest lightning bolt yet, an ethereal arc that left trails of fire in its wake.